business owner, is a restaurant owner. His name is Joe Lepore from Confetti's in Piermont, New York. So Joe, welcome and thanks for being here for the interview.
Thanks. Thanks for having us. So yeah, we're in Piermont, New York. My name is Joe Lepore. I own it with my brother Sam Lepore and my father Arthur.
Great. And just so I noticed in your shirt, it says confetti, right? It's not confetti. So I want to make sure that I got the right name right.
Yeah, confetti.
Confetti. Now, you're like a third generation owner of a restaurant. Your grandfather and your dad had restaurants before, even in New York City, I believe.
Yeah, so third generation. We've been in Piermont now for 10 years. We actually had our 10-year anniversary during COVID when we were open just for takeout, so we couldn't do a big celebration. But yeah, started in Hell's Kitchen, my grandfather, and then worked my way up the river. My father owned restaurants in Norwood, New Jersey, and Old Tappan, New Jersey, for about 35 years, and then we've been here for the last 10.
You guys have a beautiful location right there in the corner of that park, and then the view of the Hudson River with the Tappan Zee, or the new Mario Cuomo Bridge, which is actually just reopened the pedestrian way or cyclist way, which is great. Tell us about some of the difficulties you guys have had because of COVID-19. How's it your business?
We're a river town. We survive on tourists coming to town. I mean, we have our locals. For the most part, it's all tourists, especially when COVID hit in March and April. That's when we really ramp up for the summer business, the busy season. But now, we've been reopened. We did the takeout for a little while. Since we've been reopened, it's been great. We've been really, really supported by the community.
So during the closure, you were doing takeout alone. Tell us, was that enough to survive? Did you have to improvise with your menu, or what did you do?
I mean, anytime you're closed, to be able to reopen and make some money is great. Doesn't pay the bills at all. Pretty much helps our employees come back to work, which was, pretty much the main thing for us then. I mean, just helping out our guys.
Right. And you have great employees there too, because, I've been to your restaurant a few times and great service. So I can just only, say that, it's a great restaurant, great food, great chef. Tell us in terms of some of the difficulties with reopening. I know that first it was street only, outdoors, then they reopened the indoors. And has it now been reseated now, the indoors?
Yeah, so it's like opening a whole new business. Even from when we were closed to reopening takeout, we had to put a takeout window in here at the restaurant. We have windows that open up to our patio, our sidewalk seating, and we had to make a takeout station there. And, just getting the products that we needed to make our menu, and then it would change because you'd run out. So that was difficult. Now that we're reopened outside, it's actually great. The town and the state's been working with us. We have the whole road in front of our restaurant closed for the outdoor dining, which made up a lot of what we were missing on the inside. And now we're opening up on the inside, 50% capacity, and that's been great. But, when you got to make up the 12 weeks, you're always just playing catch up. You're never going to catch up.
Right. And we're hoping it stays like that, because I know that some other states in the southern part of the United States have closed their indoor after they haven't opened it. And I know in New Jersey we had problems with bars. Now you do have a bar, but you're part of a restaurant, so it doesn't really apply to you. Now, some of the stuff that I know that you've come across is maybe out of your control, and these are, suppliers, right? And distributors. So like when somebody comes and asks for a dish that you may have in your menu, but you don't have the ingredient, what do you tell them?
Yeah, I mean, right now, my last week was beer. I couldn't get a beer delivery. I mean, they ran out of the beer I ordered. Then I ordered on Monday. I don't get it till Friday, and it's tough. It's most people understand, but you are a business. You are supplying. You tell them you can supply a beer and you don't have it. It doesn't look good. So that's been tough, but most people understand.
And this is why. How do you explain it to them? I mean, is it because the distributors themselves having problems with COVID?
Yeah, so they furloughed people, their drivers, or they had to lay people off, and everyone's just got to watch their payroll. Pretty much every company, whether it's a restaurant or beer distributor or food distributor. So they're bringing those people back, but they got to wait for the business to come to bring them back to make sense. So
Right. Now, let me ask you the business part of it, or the economic part of it, or financial part of it. So recently, just the federal government announced that PPP was going to be sort of modified, or at least more favorable for the businesses. And 60%, I think, now is used for payroll, and before I think it was 75. Correct me if I'm wrong. And then also, you're going to have more time to use this money instead of 4 weeks. I think it's a little longer. Can you tell us if you've used this? Are you planning on using it? How difficult was it?
Right. So in the beginning, when they were the first rollout of it, the rules were all different. We gave it back. We're not going to use it. Just wasn't for us at the time because we're so seasonal and outdoors. For us, we didn't know when we could have our full staff back, when they were going to come back, if they wanted to come back. We didn't know if we would even be allowed to open. So we didn't want to take any chances, and that's part of the reason why we opened up for takeout. We weren't going to open up for takeout at all, but once we had already said we're not going to use this loan. I mean, for some businesses it's great, just didn't work for us.
Right. So right now you're planning on just staying the way it is and not taking advantage of PPP, which is, I mean, to some businesses it's probably very helpful, especially if they've kept some employees to pay the payroll. And then, like, I guess some of that money really is a grant. It's not really a loan because they don't have to pay it back. But I imagine that, you still have that option.
Yeah, we still have the option, but for right now, it just doesn't seem like it's something for us.
Right. And how has the response been from, I mean, customers? I know that you have a great outdoors place, and then so I know weekends are busy. Sometimes you got a line around the corner, but how is just overall in terms of people coming back? As some of them afraid, or what's your take?
It's great seeing, our friends and family. Like I said, we're third generation, so we see customers from my whole lifetime since I've been born. I can remember. They still come back. The local community's been really supportive. Even people that haven't come are calling up and buying gift cards, saying keep them on the side there. When we're ready to come out, we'll use them. But it's been really good. It's nice to just have some type of normalcy in life. When you stay home for 3 months and you don't see anybody, it's great to come back to work and see those faces. And it's been amazing, that people have poured back into the community. It's nice.
Yeah, and imagine Stefano's happy there in the kitchen.
Stefano was calling me every day. We were talking food during the shutdown.
Yeah. For those who don't know, Stefano is a chef, a great Italian chef, and you guys have the option of, I guess, keeping the outdoors open until October, I believe, and
Yeah, we're gonna keep it open as long as we can. I mean, weather's been great so far. We haven't had any rain really, except for a few days last week. We'll try to keep the outdoor open as long as possible. Hopefully, we'll have a warm fall and go from there.
Right. Well, that's great, Joe. Thank you very much. Good luck in everything you do, and I'll see you soon.
Thanks for having me. Be safe. We'll see you soon.